Hello YouTube, Anime Hound here. Giving you a little bit, I apologize I haven't made a video for a while. There's a couple things I want to go over. One of which is I haven't done my card of the month. And that's because I've been talking with some of the guys from Xerocreative and have come to a little bit of an understanding that I will be simulcasting their cards of the day from Xerocreative.com. I'll have the links over here in the sidebar. Simulcasting their card of the week, the cards of the day. I'll be summing them up at the end of the week. We haven't come up with an official date to start yet because I want to make sure everything is properly done. So what you guys will do is you can look over. It'll most likely just be an audio thing. There'll be no video, just to simplify things. And you guys just tell me what you guys think of the card, and I'll have links to each card's thread on the side. You guys can say your piece there too. Next thing is I've been talking with the Obitosduelist. Again, his link will be in the sidebar. He has his Gladiator deck, his Gladiator Beast deck, and me and him were watching the results of the Shonen Jump, in which a Glad Beast deck topped in the top 16. So we had both been working on Gladiator Beast decks. He had gotten his done, but he had come up with a formula for one revolving around Ancient Forest. I thought that was an excellent way to go, since I've been looking to try other new things. This is a slight variation, and I told him I'd be putting this up because me and him felt kind of strongly about wanting to use the card Divine Wrath in here, but really couldn't find room for it. I had run into a Lightsworn deck and a Counter Fairy deck, Counter Fairies, at locals last week, and I managed to get over them both utilizing Divine Wrath. And honestly, it's basically having 2 extra Solemn Judgments and whatnot on top of the War Chariots. So I will be putting that load out with, because I only side those out against cards that warrant it, like the Lightsworn. So I'll get over that anyway. So we're going to get started. This is my variant of Ancient Forest Glads. I apologize for the glare. I'm going to try and take care of that. But we go with 3 Test Tigers, 1 Secutor. Now, I know a lot of people don't like running him, but I only typically run him when I know I can protect him. 1 Ikest, 1 Elemental Hero Stratos to get out Elemental Hero Prisma. Good way to get Bestiari into the graveyard. Get him out to Fusion Summon for Gyzaris. 1 Lucari, 2 Lucari. 1 Rescue Cat. 2 Darius, 2 Sam Knights, 1 Murmelo, 1 Retiari, 1 Bestiari, 1 Hoplomys. And I run Hoplomys, which he really doesn't use too much because, well, honestly, the ability to tag out if he's attacked face down is just freaking awesome. Not really much can attack over a 2100 defense. Alright, now get to the heart. Part of the heart of it is 3 Ancient Forests, because Gladiator Beasts can tag out before the effect of it kicks in. Their monsters are destroyed when they attack. It really makes them think about whether or not they should attack, because I know during locals, when that Ancient Forest was on the field, it really slowed the game down to a pace that I wanted it to be at. They were basically forced to wait. Figure out a way to get rid of it. That's where my War Chariots and Divine Wrath and whatnot came in, because it helped me stop people trying to get rid of it with Lila, and I just put a halt on Judgment Dragons and whatnot, so it came in handy. 1 Rhoda to get out Stratos and or Prisma. 2 Proving Grounds in case I need Glads. 1 MST. 1 Brain Control. 1 Heavy Storm. 3 Book of Moon. Those are all the spells. 1 Torrential Tribute. 2 Bottomless. 3 Wabaku. Love this card. Man, it's freaking godly in this deck. 1 Solemn. And 3 War Chariots. Now, Divine Wrath isn't isn't basic in this. Also, thing noted too is, unlike his, no Gores is present. But that's because, granted, where Gores would be a good pitch for Divine Wrath, if you're working to make sure that you get Ancient Forest out on the field, Gores is kind of useless, because you're not going to be able to get him out because he requires a clear backfield. So, I'll go over on exactly how I take care of the scenario for putting in Divine Wrath. Side deck is 1 Gores, 2 X-Saber Airbellums in case of the mirror matches. This is typically the 3 that I use when going up against a mirror match, when I really don't want Ancient Forest there. I don't want them to take advantage of it as well. 2 Dimensional Fissures. Again, well, not really for the mirror match, but in case zombies specifically, get rid of them. I usually pair that up with Ancient Forest. 2 Fissures. Again, in case of the mirror match. 1 My Body is a Shield. 1 Trap Dust Shoot. 2 Light Imprisoning Mirrors. And the 2 Divine Wrath. These are and 2 Mirror of Oath, which again for the mirror match. Now, this is what I'm getting at with the Divine Wrath. Divine Wrath, I will typically take out Torrential Tribute and 1 Proving Ground to put these 2 puppies in there. More often than not, I get the Glad Beasts out relatively quick. 1 Proving Ground usually is enough to help speed it up. Now, I run these against Lightsworns, Fairies, stuff that really needs to have stuff negated. Decks that really need to have stuff negated. These 2 did wonders. I got rid of Torrential Tribute, 1 Proving Ground. Now, I also utilized the Light Imprisoning Mirrors as well by dropping, dropping the Secutor and Hoplimus. Or actually, at one point, I think I even dropped one Wabaku for it. And I also think at one time I also dropped 1 Brain Control for it. So it actually works a lot, and it helps, especially to keep the Glads alive. And when it comes to your fusions right now, I got 2 Gyzaris, 2 Hercs, 1 X-Saber Urbellum, and 1 Ancient Fairy Dragon, in case I'm going up against another Ancient Forest Glads, which kind of threatened, but the one person who was there who also was running Glads wasn't running Ancient Forest, and he also left the tournament early. So now, as for placement, I actually topped, I got 5th out of 16 people with 1 drop, so it's kind of 5th out of 15, which isn't too bad considering. So, Obitosduelists, if you want to give that a try, go ahead. Torrential Tribute and 1 Proving Ground is usually sufficient to replace. So, give it a try. Tell me what you think. Rate, sub, and I'll have further updates with Xerocreative and several other side projects, as well as interviews with some of the guys from my locals. So, this is Anime Hound, out.